you solve this Olympiad maths question we have on the board? We are told to solve 25 to the power of x minus 15 to the power of x is equal to 9 to the power of x. For us to solve this simply means that we should find a value that will make the left-hand side and the right-hand side to be the same. So first thing first, we have solution. To solve for the value of x in 25 to the power of x minus 15 to the power of x is equal to 9 to the power of x. The first thing we have to do is to divide through by 9 to the power of x. So each term will be divided by 9 to the power of x, each term being divided by 9 to the power of x, and this will be divided by 9 to the power of x. So on having this, you can now recall the laws of exponents, which says that a over b raised to power m is the same thing as a over b all to the power of m. You can actually factorize the power. So we are going to use it to deal with all these terms we have here. So here we can now write it as 25 to the over 9 to the power of x minus 15 over 9 to the power of x is equal to, when this divides this, you are just having 1. Okay? So the next thing is to note that 25 can be seen as 5 squared, y3 can be seen as what? y9 can be seen as 3 squared. So we write it as 5 over 3, 5 squared, 3 squared, all raised to power x minus 3 divide is 3, 3 divide is 5, minus 5 over 3 all raised to power x is equal to 1. To apply the same rule we used here at this point, giving you that we have 5 over 3 all squared, then raised to power x minus 5 over 3 raised to power x is equal to 1. So you can also apply some laws of exponent here to simplify this one. Simplify this particular place, which says that whenever you have a to the power of m raised to power n, you can still write it as a to the power of n raised to power n. The order is never a problem. So apply it here. So we can write it as 5 over 3 raised to power x all squared minus 5 over 3 raised to power x is equal to 1, bracket, which is 5 over 3 to the power of x. If you write that, so we will redefine this term in terms of m. So this becomes m squared minus m, because this is 5 over 3 power x, minus m is equals to 1. So basically, this is clearly a quadratic equation. So we simply subtract 1 from both sides. So we have it that m squared minus m minus 1 is equals to 0. If you look here, we cannot solve this by mere factorization method. So for us to solve this, we are going to use general quadratic formula, which says that x is equals to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a, where a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of m, and c is the constant, the last term. So this will now be that we have it that our a is 1, our b is minus 1, and our c is minus 1. A1, minus 1, and minus 1. So if you apply it here, you see that x will be minus 1, plus or minus is the next thing, plus or minus the square root of b is minus 1, all squared, then minus 4 times a is 1, c is minus 1, divided by 2 times 1, which is a. At this note, we now simplify, meaning that x is equal to minus becomes plus. That's 1, plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 1 squared is 1. Then minus 4 times 1 is minus 4. Minus 4 times minus 1 is 4. So we have it as 1 plus 4 over 2. And this will be what? We have it that x is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. So this is actually the value for x. But remember, our solution, which is the value of x, for this particular function we have, must be that our m, and this is the value for m though, our m must be greater than 0. Okay? We don't have to get a negative solution. So applying this here, okay, so we can now see, since we defined that m is equal to 5 over 3 raised to power x, we can now have it that our m is now this. We have it as 1 plus or minus square root of 5 over 2 is equal to 5 over 3 to the power of x. Okay. So at this stage, since we have this, we can take the logarithm of both sides so that we can find the value for x. Meaning that 5 over 3 raised to power x, if you take the natural log, yes, this natural log, ln is equal to ln 1 plus, we are using a positive solution now, root 5 over 2. Okay? And this logarithm will now allow us to multiply the variable x to the log. So we have it that x ln 5 over 3 is equal to ln 1 plus root 5 over 2. Okay? At this stage, you recall the laws of logarithm, that whenever we have a fraction, we can, in the same base, subtract the powers. So we have it that x ln 5 minus ln 3 is equal to, we are going to do the same here. That's ln 1 plus root 5 divided minus ln 2. Okay? Since we apply the rule here. So the next thing we have to do is to divide through by ln 5 minus ln 3. Divide through by ln 5 minus ln 3. So if you divide through, you can now see that this will now cancel out. You see that the value for x is equal to ln 1 plus root 5 minus ln 2 divided by ln 5 minus ln 3. And this is the actual answer for this particular problem we have on the board. If you found the video interesting, please like, comment, and share.